rather than trying to counter these potential cores later down the line, they're just picking these heroes that will slaughter the support's impact in the game. Like you have this Silencer, Earth Spirit, Witch Doctor will not have a fun time in here. You got this like Pos 5 Void who's going to be able to run in and out. And then, you know, Night Stalker, the king of bullying these like squishier supports. So PSG for sure have demonstrated how to draft into this kind of second pick order, and yeah, it'll be exciting to see how Beast Coast can utilize this last pick Quap to really open up the game and maybe try and play into this very like dominant looking draft from PSG.
And again, you're getting a lot of these very comfort heroes coming out from the side of Beast Coast. You know, you've got the Chris Luck, Queen of Pain. You've got Schofield on his Earth Spirit. So you know, these are people who know their heroes quite well. But again, like how do you play against some of this? How do you, as Mira said, you know, they probably have not encountered this 5 Void. I'm sure they've done their homework, but we're already, though, still looking pretty good. Ame's taking a lot of harass. They have that stand right there, and it looks like a couple more clicks. Are they going to be able to get this? It's pretty fast, though. Looks like he's trying to do some body blocks.
He has
but
boots
Schofield is just chasing him down over here. It's going to take a bit.
He's got kick in 3. Yeah, this should be a dead Gyro.
I don't know, maybe he's got the moves though. Maybe he's going to be able to go and get that dance off now. Unfortunately, Schofield is able to chase down Ame.
Yeah, going back to your point about Beast Coast though, it's like when you see the heroes they have, like this Earth Spirit, the Witch Doctor, Sand King, like these heroes, if playing together, they're very potent with finding early kills. And like Quap is this mid lane hero that can equally excel. Although, you know, already 6-7 stacks, completely getting bullied by Xiao Wei, and I think, you know, this is the big kind of question mark you have for PSG coming into this tournament is, you know, how Xiao Wei going to do in comparison to, you know, their normal mid laner, nothing to say.
It's the director. Why is everybody giving him such a hard time?
I think he's going to do great personally. I actually think, like, of course, nothing to say is amazing, but I think, you know, PSG is not going to, they're probably going to go from like a 100% to like a, you know, like a 97.5%. And I think with a stand-in, that normally it's a little bit worse, but yeah, this team is for sure still going to hit every single note, I feel, because yeah, Xiao Wei is a top lad. I remember during TI9, they first introduced playing, you know, ranked Dota as party queue, and those stacks were scary. Like VT Faded playing with Xiao Wei, and like that was filthy. Never again party queue. That was, yeah, it was too much.
It's clearly made quite the impact on your memory.
Yes,
here.
that is why I stopped playing ranked. Just seeing these stacks, like
they bullied him away. Did they not take the any key pledge?
Oh no, it was something else, honestly.
So this is kind of interesting with over in that mid lane, the fact that, you know, they realize that Chris Luck, of course, has gone Shadow Strike, Scream Pain, so just constantly just putting these stacks on. Look at the amount of damage he's able to do, because he knows that there's no way that Chris Luck can really just back off. He gets a little bit of lifesteal from the dagger now, but he's very much bullying here.
Yeah, the key thing here is, you know, Xiao just playing within the wave, and like you have this kind of ping pong action of the wave where Chris Luck isn't able to, you know, play on his high ground and then have that blink to disengage. Like he's not leveled it yet, and because of that, Xiao is able to keep running him down and utilize the sticky early on. Of course, later into the lane, when Quap has that blink, she'll be able to, you know, play very defensive. But it's kind of a matchup where Quap is able to survive, but it's not as if it's like, you know, you're killing off the bat, right?
That's
exactly.
And I guess that's one of those things, like, I feel like you never want to hear a Quap having to play defensive. Like, this is a hero that, like, even her name is supposed to evoke aggressiveness. And this is not really the way you want to play this. But again, this is a hero that can get quite a bit done. Oh, he knows. They do pick up the point and blink, though. I think that was very important.
Very timely here. If he was greedy there, that'd be griefing his team. He'd lose the lane and everything goes wrong. So very happy you went for the, you know, the point. It's the reason why you picked the hero. But yeah, the main talking point so far, of course, going to be this Faceless Void in the 5 role. It originated with RNG picking it, and then PSG then played, I believe, in Game 3 of the Grand Finals of OGA. Yeah, it's, in theory, very potent as well. 7.3 Chronosphere cooldown did get reduced, so buffing the support Void, actually. And simply put, you're a hero, very elusive. In lane, like the concept of laning, if you're a 5 position that can be annoying and enable your core to farm, you're going to be good, right? And like the reason why you pair it with these ranged heroes is because they like having that hero to body for you. And you know, in theory, Void is very good at that because you just tank the damage, time walk, continue playing. So like they mentioned on the panel, these Arc Wardens, these Gyros, Drows, Nature's Prophet, like they're going to thrive with this type of 5 support.
I think it's a very interesting time for Dota, the fact that we're seeing so many of these heroes that, again, you know, we roll forward here from Sko, kick back over onto Zhao. That's going to be a kill, and that's going to be a rune denied here, as Schofield's able to snap it up before anyone else on the enemy team can.
Yeah, nice rotation from the Earth Spirit, just being there a little bit quicker. And also it does kind of highlight the disparity between the fours on both teams, where like an Earth Spirit, when he's making that move, he doesn't need to be there as early because of course he can roll in compared to Jinkyu. He was kind of in the area, but it's a silencer, right? Like he's not going to be able to instantly connect and enable.
I mean, that is one of the downsides to that hero, is that it's not exactly a saving sort of support. You won't get a lot of sympathy from me. I told you, I hate Silencer. I would rather prefer to play this game that has all these wonderful spells and not just click things, but...
Yeah, the thing with Silencer is, like, it is really good early on, because of course, you know, when you want to fight... Exactly, you know, the glaives, of course, I don't think, he's got 1 point in it, but it's the idea, like, when you get your first global or two, they're going to feel great, you know, shh, don't fight, you know, or like, haha, we're killing you. But then, how many items now can deal with that type of spell? How many, like, you got the Yules, Lotus Orbs, BKBs, Mantas, like, everyone naturally wants to buy these anyway.
Right. So
it's quite easy to play into Silencer. It's kind of why he fell off in the previous patches, but it'll be interesting in this game how it works, because, you know, realistically, you could also look at it as the fact that you have to buy this defensive item just to deal with this forward position. So it'll be exciting to see how Beast Coast wants to play into this global. Do they play to just kill him first and ignore global, or are they actually trying to find ways to just mitigate that spell? And yeah, I also hate Silence, so it's kind of a slow, boring hero.
It's a great game. You've got all these spells. Why would I want a hero that removes my ability to play this cool game with spells? Like, anyways, though, not important at this time.
So do you also hate, like, Enigma and Void and stuff? That he's like,
no, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't know. Also, he's got dumb hats. I hate his hat. That hat's okay. All right, it's fine. It's fine. But we are seeing that both the supports on each side taking very good care of their jungle. You got the triangle that's nicely stacked. Look at this, CQ. Look at these stacks, baby. They are beautiful. Didn't manage to get that last one. Dying, actually, to some of these creeps. Has to be a bit careful.
The difference here is simply the efficiencies of what stacks you're making, right? Like Zinq being the POS4, playing into the ancient camps, whilst, you know, Beast Coast, they're playing into, you know, their own jungle. So it's going to be hard camp, medium camp stacked up. And that's where the Gyro, he will be able to, you know, pull ahead slightly and, you know, farm that a lot quicker than the Naga can. Of course, Naga can't really farm the ancients until maybe a couple items time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That is
stacks,
true.
that is.
It'll be interesting too, because you look at what the sports you have, and of course you do have the Night Stalker over on the side of PSG.LGD, someone who's going to be able to hunt quite a bit, because you know exactly where both of these cores want to be, what they want to do. They want to be, you know, taking these stacks. Look at this, they're already teleporting over. Schofield's not looking too healthy right now, so he is going to fall. But Whisper with the epicenter is trying to get enough damage. But again, that's the nice thing about this Faceless Void. He's able to just walk away. Silence proccing, though, over onto Whisper. Chris Luck was trying to make a play here, but he's having a bit difficulty because he's going to go for the Sonic Wave, trying to just finish off Zinq. But Chris Luck also to fall, and they... Oh, I thought they were going to get the deny.
He tried at least. Didn't get it, but alas, yeah. PSG rotating quite nicely to that. And I think, you know, we started talking about the Night Stalker there. I'm excited to see this hero's entry to the game, because going for the Echo Saber build, this is the fact that you get your Phase, Soul Ring, Echo Saber. You fight, you punch a lot. We can watch the highlight first. The classic Void, you know, tanking all the spells, doing his part. This is just like a Beast Coast move where they're kind of just moving in with a couple heroes and everyone's not there at the exact time, right? It's like you have the roll and then the Quap appears later. But if you look at the mana, like, they're not really coming in healthy to the fight. And then meanwhile, you know, your Night Stalker's just farming up top, and Zinq eventually does fall.
Oh. You see, he's like, oh, just a second.
Dude,
like,
all right, you know what? That should have been a deny. Hold on, let's go. Let's run it back. Run it back. I'd be very sad if I didn't get that deny there.
My favorite is when I get to deny my teammates. Come back here, let me deny. No, I'm going to be fine, Moxie.
Do you deny them at the point where, you know, they are going to confirm die, or do you start teasing them where it's like 1 click, 2 click? Ooh, you might die now, so I have to deny you.
No, I'm not that big of a sadistic person. No.
It depends on what they've done in, you know, in the earlier parts of the game. If they have to be
depends on how good of a
denied.
friend I am. If, you know, like, we go for that griefing or not. But Shao, top lane here. There's going to be a rotation here from Sko. He's going to get dragged back. And the follow-up here from E. The roll out from Schofield. He's pretty hard to get his hands on. But, of course, FaithBN is very, very fast. They've got all that nice vision. And he does indeed fall. Stinger now, too, trying to run away. He's got that Voodoo Restoration. Got 2 points in it. But FaithBN, okay, a couple nice little bounces here. Hit back, though, from that Bat Rider. And it is a double kill now for FaithBN.
Yeah, unfortunately for Beast Coast, the prior two engagements, it's been one where they tried to look for the fight, unfortunately then failed, but then they moved to the area of Night Stalker where he just gets to pop his ultimate and run the supports down. Like, we started this game talking about how when you open your support geo, they aren't going to have a comfortable game due to the, the counter picks and the idea that PSG brings to this game. And again, I really want to highlight, I love the fact that Echo Saber on Night Stalker, like this item, you go for the Echo Saber, you fight a lot early on, then you can disassemble it. Buy that BKB, have the casual Oblivion there, and you just play a pretty chill game. So it's a really nice, like, disassembling was, again, I think it was actually, it was Chinese Dota as well that really highlighted the strength of disassembling items. And of course, the Echo Saber here is a very prominent one right now.
They're all about efficiency, which is very,
exactly.
very fun to watch. Whisper, though, over here trying to run away. Shao, hot in pursuit. The roll forward here from Sko, trying to get some body blocks here, trying to keep Whisper alive. Looks like he is going to die for this, but there is some follow-ups. In Q, take a lot of damage here from Chris Luck, should be able to get this kill. Can he get anything else, though, is the question. They do have the lasso up. If they wanted to go for some sort of teleport and try to turn this around, that's possible. Sandstorm, though, plus the Sonic Wave. That is a dead Shao 8.
Yeah, that was really good from Whisper, just even though it was low HP, just stay in the area, try and enable Chris Luck, because worst case scenario, you're going to trade your life for Chris Luck to get another kill, and that's exactly what you need from your QoP. You want your QoP to have like a 1k, 2k lead to be able to just control the game, like dictate every single fight in the first 15 minutes. And I think Beast Coast, they are identifying how their draft needs to play this game. It is connect the Earth Spirit, the Sand King, the Witcher, these guys together, and the QoP joins after. So after that bot play, they're instantly smoked up, looking to try and make a play once again. But running into the void in mid lane is not ideal, so hopefully they can kind of skirt around this as they draw the line, trying to look into the try camp where Armate is.
Look at this efficiency. They actually have the illusion standing over there too if they want to go for this. Oh, but the follow here from Whisper, roll forward.
There's the global, though.
Be careful, though. Like we said, that global coming in hot. Stinger turning back around, does get the Malatites down. He's looking for this opening. Faithbian following up. Gets himself that killing spree. Schofield now, this is not looking super great for him. Might be able to get himself a courier on the way out, but he realizes he's got to get the heck out of here as they do teleport back, and they want Schofield. This is classic Schofield behavior because he tends to just try to make as much space as possible when things start going wrong and lead them on a chase. But this, again, it opens up for the fact that Ame still has these stacks.
Yeah, and this is the strength of the Silencer, right? It's the fact that Beast Coast, they have all these stunning, killing heroes. They run on in, blink reveal. Oh wait, one global. Now this independent gyro gets to brush off the opponent. Everyone then collapses in with the Night Stalker, and Beast Coast are on the retreat. So realistically, this is the best window to, unfortunately, try and go again, right? Like, there isn't a global, there isn't a Night Stalker ult. It's daytime for another 3 minutes. Just try and make another play, because you can't really fight into global before you have these like cheap ways to get rid of that effect.
Yeah, and it was a very expensive gank for them because not only did they not manage to get that, oh, the lasso, the drag back into the arms of Faith Bien, and Zhao 8 will collect himself another kill. I was about to say, though, it is expensive because you lost how many heroes in that last gank, and then you also did not manage to take the stacks. So I think...
And also, it's just the time spent, right? Like, when we spoke about that smoke, they smoked from bottom into mid, saw the void, then moved further around to try and get into the triangle. Like, there was just a lot of resources used to even try and find the gyrocopter. And if there was any other position for there, without, like, if it just wasn't Silencer, you're probably getting that kill, trading a couple guys off, but you're going to be happy you killed the carry. And it's just simply that early, dominance of the global. But here, like I mentioned, Beast Coast, they have to go again. They cannot be scared of losing these fights because they are losing to the bigger spells right now. Maybe they find the director. They are. There it is.
There's a strike there. The roll forward. All of the stunts a little bit off the mark there. A little bit of overkill, but still managed to get the kill on the Batrider, and is allowing Chris Luck to get more time to be able to farm up the BKB. Hector, of course, doing Hector things, but look at this response now. They're not happy about this over on the side of PSG.LGD. They're looking for blood. They know exactly where these heroes are, and Hector also made his own rotation.
Because Global's back up again. That's why they're looking so happy. And you've got the Dark Ascension on Night Stalker soon going to be, I think it's, there it is.
Go, though. Perfect positioning. They can already spot them out. Dark Ascension, Whisper looking for the opening. We'll jump immediately over onto the Silencer. They don't want to allow him to get that global silence up, but there it is. They still managed to get it. So Schofield, first to fall. Chronosphere followed up here from E. They're going to try to just burst down if possible, and they've managed to get the kill on Stinger. Hector now trying to run away. Chris Luck is nearby. Looking for this opening. There it is. The epicenter comes through. It's a triple kill for Chris Luck with the Sonic Wave.
Like the start of that fight from beastcoast, like they perfectly found the silencer, and then the Night Stalker expertly getting the silencer onto the Earth Spirit so that they couldn't chain lock down the silencer meant the global got off. Like, oh, okay, maybe PSG can turn it around. But with Arme not being there, with the full force of beastcoast, they're able to survive through the global, not instantly then die to a Chrono that didn't really do much because obviously no carry being there, not going to get the kills. And yeah, beastcoast just demonstrating they can kill early on. I think when items come out, that's when PSG will be happy. As we go into the replay here, this is the best part. So Schofield's positioning breaks the smoke. Whisper then instantly gets onto the silencer, and because of the silence from Night Stalker, Zinju, like I mentioned, gets that global off. And yeah, like the Chrono looks good, but there's no one really here, right?
Sure, they're too separated.
Exactly. And then now they're all kind of clumped up, enabling Crysluck to get that beautiful ultimate off, and of course Whisper, the two-man stun into Epi. Yeah, just cleaning up the fight, and this is exactly. Well, that sounded quite nice.
I know,
actually,
right?
Yeah.
It sounded like Naga was singing there, not Queen of Pain.
Luckily, he didn't sing. That would have griefed the fight, but
it would indeed. But the BKB now completed for Crysluck. But while that was going on, Arme taking advantage of that space has managed to get himself his Aghanim Scepter. He's going to walk right into a couple of not so friendly faces here. Again, it is a faceless void, but he is going to take some Malefic damage. Over on the side, though, Arme is looking to get jumped, but the follow-up here from Xiao 8, they'll be able to take out Whisper. Crysluck, though, he finds a kill on Arme. Xiao 8 still looking for this opening, though. Has already used that lasso. He's going to try to just burn down some of the woods, but the rest of Beast Coast nearby. Faith Biana also making his own rotation. They're hoping maybe someone's going to stick around a little bit too long. Does not have the Dark Ascension. Schofield, though, over here on the side. Stinger does get bounced back. That silence. Ooh, it hurts so bad. But it looks like Stinger going to make it out alive, and Schofield still somehow, in classic Schofield fashion, manages to buy a little bit more time, but does lose that intelligence to Zinju in the end.
Honestly, I think beastcoast will be happy with this. We mentioned how Jari wasn't in most of these fights early on. Like, he's being quite greedy with his build, going for the full-on Ags, then looking at the BKB. So they get that kill, and there's it's like a healthy lead, like 1.2, 1.3k lead for Naga now. That's kind of what you need. Like, when you get to Manta, Diffusal, you look for these fights. Like, you can, like, Diffusal Blade destroys Night Stalker. Like, if he ever gets slowed within his ultimate, like, he can run, but like, you're gonna die inside that. And I think Gyrocopter, if you just delay that BKB long enough, when you get to like minute 18, Beast Coast can really utilize this timing and maybe shut down the map, because once Naga crosses the river and constantly spams illusions, it is annoying to try and get back out onto the map. And that is the kind of the negative effect of having these type of heroes in PSG, right? Like, they're good when they're in the head, but if you're behind, Void pushing out lanes, Silencer pushing out lanes, it can be difficult.
There's a Chronosphere over here coming out from Faceless Void. It's going to be, yes, he's still going to get taken out, but Stinger also falling. Faith Bien flying after Schofield now. They'll be able to collect that kill, and Crysluck is forced away and was forced to use that BKB. Faith Bien still doing a little bit of scouting here. Does manage to see Whisper's courier, but Ektor is nearby. They still have the epicenter, and they still have the Sonic Wave.
In fact, he's hitting some big chronos so far. Like, every single chrono has been like a 2-3 man, and that is just a product of when Beast Coast wants to take a fight. Like, they need everyone to be kind of in the fight, right? So the value of the Void just goes up.
Can see now that Beast Coast is playing the bottom half of the jungle currently. It's very scary here for Schofield, though, because
no. He just respawned,
Stinger, rather. Yeah, Faith Bien just running at him. There's not much you can do as a support when Night Stalker is hungry, unless you have the rest of the team behind you, because that silence is just so brutal.
Yeah, it's rough, and I'm not going to be looking forward to the Beast Coast support Joe in like 20 minutes time when everyone's got BKBs and they're just like, hi guys, I'm here. But no, right now this is, reset, go again. K1, he's now got the Diffusal Blade. I'm looking forward to seeing how Beast Coast kind of tries to break down PSG here. Maybe they got to bait out a global and then look for the play after. But again, it's going to be very difficult, because if there's a no global, there's probably going to be a chrono. If there's no chrono, Night Stalker's probably in the area just scouting out the smokes and just preventing that engagement. So Beast Coast have to make sure they, they execute at a really high level, kind of cutting through that vision advantage that PSG will have.
I mean, right now we've got a classic Ektor, a classic core game, right? If you take a look at Ektor's stats, he's 0-0-3 right now. So he's just been allowed to basically do what he likes, because they did try to have that one fight in the bottom area, but it ended up not being able to work for them because Whisper did get the jump right away on the silencer. This fight was just spread so far out. So, he has to be feeling pretty comfortable right now, having that space and the breadth. But the BKB is being worked on by Ame, and this is a hero that, you know, he does very, very well with farming. Zhao, off the mark. Oh, the Sonic Wave. See you later.
Chris did that to make sure that wasn't clipped as a, whoa, missed roll. It's like, no, we got the kill. We didn't need the roll. Just
No, that was it was Sko making sure that, you know, Chris got no. That was
Which way are we going to spin this one?
Off the mark.
And then, yeah, Queen of Pain going for the Orchid as well. I like the fact that he just went straight for the BKB. You know, it's just respecting the silencer and the type of game that PSG can bring out, because, you know, if Beast Coast also get their own BKBs, where is the damage outside of maybe Night Stalker right-clicking you and then Gyrocopter, you know, flacking you down? So there is going to be a really nice window where BKBs on both sides will be able to lead a good advantage as who kind of gets them first. And, of course, Beast Coast clearly prioritizing that a little bit more than PSG right now.
Yeah, you have to respect PSG.LGD. This is one of the best teams in the world, in my opinion.
Yep.
And also the fact that, you know, you're playing a Queen of Pain, and Chris very good at Queen of Pain, but when you're dealing with things like a silencer, or for example, the Night Stalker, right, with that ground targeted silence, it's hard if you make one misplay. So it's better to, you know, I know people are like, oh, boring King Bar, but in this case, you're playing to win.
But that's the thing, right, where obviously it's not a 7.3 thing, but the fact that the BKB cooldown at the lowest level is only 6 seconds, that's still pretty healthy. Like, when it was 5, that was awkward, but like the comfort of the extra second, it does, like, it means that on cores you can just buy it and be like, yeah, I don't really care. If we go to a 50-minute point in the game, 6-second BKB is still going to be very, very comfortable to play with. And now you see PSG, they kind of realize that these early fights aren't going their way. They're going to go back and farm and get their own BKBs like we mentioned.
They have to be a bit careful here. They did have the dust. You see Schofield, though, way nearby. The BKB comes out now from Zhao 8. Follow-up, though, looking to see if they can get some more damage. This is not looking very good over here for the Sand King. So Whisper will fall. The Chrono gets used. But again, it's a position 5 Void. He does not have the damage when the fights are split up like this, especially not with the BKBs being up. Chris considering going back in. Faithbian trying to get as much vision as possible as Ame sits in the middle. He's trying to flak everything.
Yeah, no team really doing any damage in that fight. It was like a Chrono to kill the Sand King, but they weren't really able to, you know, get that clean lockdown. The Night Stalker went straight into the middle of the fight. They got the defusal slow, but there wasn't that extra something to try and connect and get the kill.
The positioning's been very interesting from Beast Coast too. I mean, like, Whisper, and let's just be honest, Schofield is a bloodthirsty, like,
yeah, he's in there.
Character. He wants to get in there. He's ready to go. But if you notice, like, Ektor is nearby, but he's always kind of dancing on the outskirts in case.
Yep.
You know, they have had some really nice Chrono Spheres because he has been in position, but the problem is these fights are so split up.
Really
they have
nice
their eyes
play.
on Zhao 8 again here. Turn back around. They've got the Veil. They'll start with the Magnetize. Stinger making his way over. Does buzz a Q. They want to get rid of this pesky silencer. Sonic Wave comes out. That's a dead silencer. This is looking like a dead Zhao 8. If they can get the final hits off, it's ticking down a little bit. The Scream comes forward. They'll follow up with the Burrow Strike. Ektor is here, and
so
Whisper
good.
gets a kill.
That was so good from Beast Coast. Like, the idea of like that mid-fight we're talking about, it's the fact that they trade off the Sand King, but they instantly disengage. They're not trying to like, oh guys, they wasted BKB, let's song run them down. They just go back to their side, they instantly smoke up, run across the entire map, finding then these cores that use their BKB, right? Like Zhao 8 was in the river, had to defensively BKB to try and kill the Sand King, run away. And then, yeah, so really good read from Beast Coast, and there was no global once again, which is how Beast Coast was able to capitalize on this fight. And then Faithbian kind of trading his life in as well as like trying to save off, you know, the director. Yeah, really good stuff. Naga coming at the very end to go, guys, I promise I'm here. I promise I'll help out. Sitting at 0.4 now.
I'm coming with your belly aching.
15 kills on the side of Beast Coast and 4 assists on your Naga. 0 kills.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's just been allowed to do the farming that he wants to do. I'd say he's doing quite well.
Yeah, going straight for the Abyssal Blade, which means he's going to have a way to lock onto this Gyrocopter, because the way in which PSG is going to want to take this fight is you're going to have all these like Vision-style heroes, the Bat, the Night Stalker, and then Gyro's going to be somewhat put into the middle of the fight. That BKB allows him just to enter.
Right.
But if there's that instant, you know, Abyssal Blade from Naga, you can lock on yourself, get onto him, and it's going to be a lot more defensive style of play from PSG. Not so, you know, run over your opponent, which is kind of what their lineup wants to do. It's everyone for themselves, get on top of Beast Coast and kill them for being squishier heroes. But that isn't going to come into play if now this 0-0-4 Naga actually wants to join the fights with the Song and the Abyssal. Yeah, it's looking good.
I think when you've got an Aegis, it usually, I mean, it's like you could have it as a farming Aegis, but right now it feels like Beast Coast has a lot of momentum. And you can see now PSG.LGD, they're not happy about this. They're going to see if they can get themselves a pick off. And again, it's always Schofield who seems to break these smokes and whatnot. So the first to go down is going to be Schofield. Zhao looking for the opening. He's got his eyes on Stinger. He'd rather have someone maybe a bit bigger over here, but they do end up finding Faith BN, who pops his own BKB. Hector has to be careful. He's got the Song of the Siren. If he decides he just Whisper, though, starts blowing up here. They get a nice lasso. Can they finish off Hector fast enough? Is going to silence the follow-up. That is going to be the Aegis. There it is, the epicenter coming through. They burst down Faith BN, burst down E, and now Hector, he's up and alive. Is he going to go back in, though? Looks like Ame, he doesn't want to be there. They end up using the Song. Probably not necessary, as they do manage to find Zhao yet again. Xingqiu, though, is going to survive, but Beast Coast has just taken over their jungle.
That was really unfortunate for PSG, and the idea, their smoke coming in, they instantly bump into the supports where they both have buybacks. They weren't able to get that kind of clean kill. And then, of course, because of Beast Coast's prior moves, they have this Aegis, they're able to make that play. And if the Naga had the Abyssal for that fight, that would have also been, you know, the dead Gyrocopter as well. Completely different story as well. But yeah, great stuff from Beast Coast. Really being able to profit from their moves.
Ame gets spotted by Schofield, and there's 4 heroes on the side of Beast Coast to give him a warm welcome into his own triangle. Okay, it's a beautiful Chronosphere here from E, but where's your damage? Are they going to be able to even finish off Stinger? He's got the Food of Restoration. They have to be very careful. In fact, he's forced to run. Abyssal now completed on K1.
It was a cool looking Chrono, but yeah,
it's beautiful, but
no one was there because they were dead.
And speaking of not too many people being here, the silence comes out, throw forward here. Again, they've got that Abyssal, they've got the Lotus. You can hear that there was a scream coming out from this Queen of Pain, but she pops her own BKB. Faith BN trying to find this opening, but the opening donked in place here using that cast. Zhao 8 again will fall. Hector just waltzes right back up again. How does PSG get in here?
They are playing some fast, cohesive Dota. That they are moving as a unit across this map, punishing any moment where PSG is trying to eke out a little bit more farm. They are there, they are killing them, and that is really commendable. I think like Ame walking up to this tri-camp, when you're playing against these style of aggressive heroes, you can't be doing that. So yeah, really good stuff from Beast Coast, just not allowing them to have the room that they kind of want to have.
What are they feeding them in Jersey? Because I was watching them during the Pro Series, and they were not looking good at all. Well, maybe it's because the rest of the team has rejoined them at the team house, but this is the Beast Coast that I remember seeing.
Yeah, they're playing fast, they're playing good. It's nice. What's Naga at now? 0-0-8, yet to get a kill.
Classic.
That'd be interesting if they win a game where their carry doesn't have a single kill, but top net worth. That's every like anti-mage player's dream.
That is, yes, the perfect anti-mage game where you only have a couple assists, but you've been allowed to farm the entire time.
It's like 0-0-2, that's premium anti-mage. 90-minute game, ratting for the end of time.
So what does PSG.LGD need to do right now? Because, you know, they started off, it looked great. Ame had lots of farm, they were stacking. What's going a little bit wrong here for them?
So far, they've not really been able to dictate their own fight. They've not been able to play around this Night Stalker and kind of unlock where the supports kill them off. It's been like the big game-breaking play they made where they smoked into their own jungle. They bumped into
the director walks right into Whisper again. Epicenter channeled. Burrow Strike comes in, and he's just obliterated.
And unfortunately, you know, to build on that point, it is the fact that, you know, Zhao Wei, Ame, these two players, they have kind of been picked off by themselves, trying to farm a little bit more on the map than maybe they're allowed. And it is kind of a product of, if you look at the minimap, the vision from PSG, it's very kind of mid-centric. So as soon as you leave that area, it's going to be difficult to farm with confidence.
He's looking for this. I'd be happy if they could maybe get their hands on Whisper. The rest of the team, though, circling around Ame. Do they go in? They go for the Chronosphere right over on the edge. Stinger is here, though. They do manage to get the kill on Whisper. And now the silence over on Stinger. He's just chasing him down with Faith BN. And over in the corner, looks like Schofield also perhaps just a bit too cheeky here, as PSG.LGD find themselves some much-needed kills.
Yeah, this is what you wanted to see from PSG. They even though, you know, Zhao 8's dead, they punish the kind of the comfort Beast Coast had because they assumed they wouldn't make a play. And like you see there, you've got the Naga Siren and the Quap. They weren't even in that initial engagement. They were kind of running in, and it's like, they're already dead now. Just go back and farm. And this is the type of stuff you want to see from PSG. You know, you can, if you chrono someone, they're going to die. There aren't really saves on Beast Coast outside of maybe singing a hero that isn't BKB'd.
That sounds like such a hippie answer. There's no solution for this violence other than
Some
singing.
sing-song, yeah, exactly. But no, like, if you see right now in this replay, like, look at the main map. The two big cores just aren't even there. One has to TP to the outpost, one's running in. And this is, like, the type of fight PSG wants, where you're just punishing Beast Coast farming too much on the map. And, yeah, this is... It isn't over for either team for sure. It's very, very close because as much as we joke around about this Naga not having a kill, it's because Naga is a little bit afraid to enter a bigger fight, right? Like, you're continuing to farm your farm, but if you ever lock down inside that chrono with a Firefly on top of you, Gyro right-clicking you, like, you are gonna die. So that's why you're seeing this Naga kind of continuing to play on the edge.
Well, the response coming out from PSG.LGD in that top fight was fast and fierce. The second that Zhao even got initiated on, you could see that movement coming in. They're like, okay, it's usually just going to be, you know, Schofield +1 generally, usually Whisper. But they're like, let's make something happen out of this. And that's exactly the play there.
They're evolving over the game. It's like, wait a second, Beast Coast, yeah, they continue to play as like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Let's
not die to this anymore.
Well,
let's die, but at least kill them after.
That's the mark of a very good team, is one that can just start changing immediately. They can. I can't think of the right phrase right now. My brain's scrambled.
Adapting, overcoming.
Adapting,
there
yes. Adapt.
That wasn't even a big word. I was like, I'm going to sound...
the evolution is what I was going for.
That's a better one, yeah.
But adapt does indeed work. FBN does get spotted out over here on the side. And look at this positioning now coming out from Beast Coast. They know exactly what they want, but they do have the Ags completed now on Xingqiu for the silencer. So that is going to help. But again, BKBs. Chris Luck blinking in. That was a little bit much. It does have the BKB, but of course there it is, the global silence coming out. Whisper waiting patiently. Etho, he spotted everybody over on this back end, looking for an opening. The snare though, the kick back. Can they get over there fast? There's so much damage coming out for these Naga losers. They get the kill. Is this Schofield next to fall here? Ame, though, doing so much damage, takes down Stinger. Hector, he's silenced up. He's thinking about singing. He does get donked, though. Whisper looking for this opening. Queen of Pain did buy back for this. They really want the kill on this Gyrocopter. They've got the episodes. They've got so much damage. They'll be able to take him out. And now the bat right over here on the side. They have to be careful. They can't afford to end up losing this Queen of Pain. She just looks like the side's still dead, despite the fact they have the song. Beast Coast now forced to just retreat.
Naga can't TP either.
Naga turning back around. They figure, all right, we're going down, but we're taking another couple with us because they managed to go. They take that shower. They take down Faith Beyond, and now Xingqiu running for his life here. Has to pop the spider legs. What a turnaround.
I was like, the Naga had TP. I was like, are you going to just TP now? No, oh, no, you're going to just hold the high ground. Woo.
But these fights are just like a hair's edge sometimes.
So close either way.
This is the kind of Dota I love to see.
I mean, the start of the fight was Chris Luck just yeeting himself into the base.
Yeah, that was a little reckless.
A little.
And I think that was the right response to it, for sure.
Yeah, but the fact that, he buys back, comes back in, of course, and then a very nice clutch play from the Naga and Sankin combination. Like, we saw it from the laning phase where Whisper, they're just playing on the lowest HP, but they know, like, if we have the stun, if we have the spells needed, we can get the kill. And we see here, this is where the Quap instantly buys back into the fight, and you have Night Stalker playing on the fringe. Of course, the Gyrocopter has to use the BKB and Satanic at the very start just to try and, clear through that initial aggression. If that song got off, maybe a different story, because you can then layer like a 2-man burrow, you can get these kills. But it's the fact that when you don't have any defensive spells, Gyro will instantly bleed when locked down.
Well, they're about to have themselves another nice advantage because they just took Roshan.
It didn't actually have the... Did he misclick the Lotus onto Naga, or did it just come up? I didn't actually see on the replay, but maybe could have saved the Quap if the cooldowns were a little bit better. And then their very cool turnaround.
Yep, so we've got a fresh Aegis. We've got the Aghanim Shard that allows the healing of allies by 5% of the max HP.
Would have saved the Quap.
Would have saved the Quap. Smoke play, though, coming out from PSG.LGD. But again, Schofield, always front and foremost here, breaking the smoke, tanking the gank. Naga just making sure that they can make a clean escape here. He's going to wander on through, walk away.
Yeah, they have 4 minutes on the Aegis here. They can still stay in the area.
Think about it, and they do. Yeah. Okay, smoke breaks over on Void here. To see him, they'll go in for the root. Does have the Chronosphere. Will Chrono over on multiples, and this is maybe what they needed. But look at this damage coming out here. Over on the side, Naga is silenced. Jump forward, the lasso over onto the back lines as well. Now there's the global silence. They'll take down the Aegis the first time. They'll take down Stinger. Whisper now running for his life. Does have the Lotus on him. Silence, roll forward though, coming out from Skull. We'll be able to buy a little bit more time. Sonic Wave comes out in Q. He's dead. And they're going to try to turn back around. They'll get the kill on Whisper. Schofield rolling on out. Ector looking for this opening. Does spot Faith BN over here on the side. Schofield eventually clicked down by Ame, but the fight is so split up. Ooh. No way to cancel out that TP. Not fast enough with the net. So I believe it was on cooldown. The BKB did get popped from Ector. They end up losing 2 of their supports. They would love to get a little bit more. I don't know. You know, Chris Luck, he's a pretty YOLO person, but looks like he might have learned his lesson a little bit from the last time that he took a very blind dive. Shao?
He has the Abyssal on Naga as well.
He does. Right. He needs to be very careful. Yeah, they go, they pop the Abyssal, and that's just a free little bonus kill.
Yeah, PSG right now, they are kind of falling victim to the fact that, you know, their heroes are very like, they can fight or they can't. You know, the initial engagement, when you're fighting against an Aegis, it's like, we have to find a kill. And they don't really get that. And then, of course, Jari, once again, like, if he doesn't have BKB, doesn't have Satanic, he is then going to get slowly kited out. And the fight, they last so long that K1's able to just slowly whittle them down. And there's so much kind of sustain, right? Got Witch Doctor Hill.
There is. There's the BKB, though. He's joining back into the fight. No Chronosphere available just yet. Stinger is going to have to force himself away. The jump forward, though, they should be able to take down the Void.
That is a lot of damage.
That is a heck of a lot of damage, indeed. It's now Ame waiting for the rest of his team to respawn. Gonna have Faith BN back up in a moment. These Flak clearing up some of the creep wave. Plenty of silence being tossed out over here, but they don't really seem to care because all they want to do is click T. Faith BN, though, spots out Ector. He's got that BKB. Just gonna try to run away with the rest of his team as they are globally silenced. They go back in with a song, though. They turn it back around. And they're looking. Buyback now, though, from the Faceless Void. He doesn't like this. He's gonna try to protect his teammates. Are they gonna be able to do it, though, is the question, because they're doing too much damage over to Ame. He will fall. The Sonic Wave comes out. There is no Faceless Void here. He popped back and died. It looks like, though, they're probably going to end up losing Chris Luck because that global, the ground targeted silence too strong. But while this is going on, while they're chasing Stinger, while they're chasing Schofield, they do manage to get the lasso off. You've got Ector destroying buildings. So Whisper will go down. They should be able to get Schofield here. They get a triple kill on Ame, which is very needed. But they lost a lot of buildings during this, and they got a couple buybacks.
Yeah, they're now just lacking damage. They're struggling so much with this Naga Siren. You kind of like went throughout this entire game. It's only been 35 minutes. It feels a lot longer, but when Naga goes throughout this entire game, not really having to do much, and then suddenly appears with the BKB, the butterfly, and everything, you have to like focus every little bit of damage into this, and it's a struggle when you have such charismatic players on Quap on Earth, which just running in, going, you got to use a spell, otherwise we are gonna.
Ector is feeling very bold here because the rest of his team is dead. Like, you're gonna have Stinger up in a moment, but no one else has buyback. He does have a Shadow Blade, though.
It's just so annoying.
Look at this bounty. Payday Chashing.
And a courier.
Oh no.
That is the lottery one for beastcoast.
So bad for PSG.LGD.
Oh, that could have been the best bait. If there's like one more hero alive, you stay there shadow bladed on the 3 bounty runes. They walk up, go, guys, money! Bam, die. But you know, at least K1 cashes in his check.
I'm just remembering there's this video back when Slacks, I think, applied to like a casting program that Cap was running. And he just would start screaming like, cha-ching, there's the money, babe. I was like, man, that would have been a perfect time for that voice.
Oh, that would have been good. What's the most bounty runes that you've seen in a pro game on like one side of the
pro game?
Yeah. I don't want to say pub because, you know,
that happens
we're going to flame ourselves,
I think 3 or 4, right? Yeah. Ooh, double damage. Chris Luck says, thank you, I'll take that. I mean, could have put it over on Ector, but I think he's got plenty of damage himself. E looking for the opening. Silence coming out from Sko. Ame, they're looking again. They get the signs up, but they have the BKB. Ector just going to walk away as the call down comes down. Faith BN still keeping tabs. Does see Stinger. All right, there it is. There's a nice Chronosphere. Are they going to be able to put out enough damage? But they get a couple of bounces here. No, they're not going to be able to follow up. So it looks like Stinger. Oh no, at the last second, that last proc comes through. Ector, he's just being bounced around like a pinball, but they get the kill. And Schofield, he popped his own BKB, but PSG.LGD, they're coming in fast and furious, and they're looking for blood.
There it is, PSG. They finally, after 15 minutes of struggle in fights, they get that clean connection of the Chrono onto the Naga, where Beast Coast isn't ready with all 5 to then try and fight off and fend away from that Chrono, and they're able to just throw all the damage and kill that Naga Siren.
Whisper runs right past Faith here.
Oh, the Wind Waker. And Blake. Whee!
That'd be another voice line I'd like to. Just
it's such a satisfying item. It just makes you jolly when you see some woo spin off into the tree line. Oh, now we get to see the replay. Ooh. But yeah, so basically this is where the Strength of Void comes into play, because he's annoying the opponent. He's just kind of getting that vision. And then because of where Beast Coast is, you look on the minimap, you've got both the Sand King and the Quap not even in the start of the fight. And then the Chrono locks onto Naga. Xiaowei nearly knocks the Naga out of the Chrono with the Flame Break, but luckily he's still on the very edge. But because they have that clean connection, everyone's able to put the damage in from the left-hand side. They're going to profit from that and slowly bring the game a little bit closer. Now, only a 6k lead to Beast Coast. But yeah, this game is, even though Beast Coast have 2 racks, they have to execute so cleanly in a way in which Naga doesn't just get blown up from the Chronosphere. If she dies to Chrono, PSG just charge down the lane. And I think realistically, it's this next Aegis. Beast Coast, if they get it, they're going to be able to get mega creeps. They're going to be able to hold the game to a point of they can just farm until they're ready to end. But it's PSG. They need to be the ones getting the vision around the pit, make sure they actually contest this Roshan, because fighting into Aegis with their heroes, which are very fight or not, it's so hard, and it's why this game is going so well for Beast Coast. It's because they've been able to unlock Roshan. Ooh,
that's a nice pick-off over here, as they're going to be able to remove Whisper for the game for 90-something seconds. I think you're very happy about that if you're PSG.LGD. Yep. Ooh, Witchbane. New neutral item, T.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. What are we just spelling here? Oh, well, Silencer. Sorry for playing Dota2.
I love this item.
I was looking across the heroes what's he going to do? This and that. Oh, yeah. The hero that hates anything getting removed. Great. Well, I'm sorry, Jin-Q. You had a great time, but alas.
He's a pretty smart fella, too. He's got 38 stolen int. But, that was one thing that I was noticing, is that it feels like they're trying to bait out the BKB a bit early, and trying to bait out all of these defensive items so they can follow up with the global silence when they start to collapse. But jump forward immediately over onto Ame, and they've got so much damage. Oh dear God, he's trying to fight through it. He's got his own BKB. You have to be careful. They have the Sonic Wave. Global silence coming out. What a Chronosphere over onto the 2 cores. But are they going to be able to take out? Yeah, it looks like Chris Lucky's going to fall. Hector, he's trying. He's silenced. He can't seem to get away fast enough. He is going to fall. Triple kill down for Ame, as they also take down Stinger. That is a team wipe.
That is, okay, first of all,
beautiful.
Innocent, banging tip for Ame, because when you first look at that fight, you're like, Ame, why are you there? Look at the map right now. There is no way in the world that Beast Coast going on this gyrocopter, there's anything other than he's out of position. He should be dying. But the BKB, the Satanic, just the ability to just be there, and of course Innocence then coming in close enough with the Chrono, turns it completely around. Beautiful positioning to not get the gyro caught as well. That is a game-winning Chrono for sure.
Mass buybacks coming out. Now they'll be able to take out Faceless Void. No buyback. BKB's getting popped. You've got the Satanic pop. The follow-up, though, here from Whisper. They'll be able to take down Stinger. Can they take down Ame, though, is the question. It's looking pretty gosh darn good. All right, double kill now for Hector. Looks like they'll be able to take down Zhao 8, and they'll be able to grab themselves Faith Bien and a gem as well. As they'll cut through, pick up the gem, make their way through this middle line. And there's no buyback on Gyro, no buyback on Night Stalker, and none over on the Faceless.
I love Dota because I'm like, wow, that's such an amazing Chrono. We're watching the highlight, the replay. I'm getting all giddy for, the PSG comeback style. And then we leave the highlight into them at the high ground dying. And Gyrocopter doesn't have buyback for another minute, so...
it's Dota2. Anyone can still throw.
I was like, this is the comeback, the storyline, and nope, Beast Coast instantly kill the over-aggression of PSG and get themselves a mega creep. So, okay.
They're looking pretty ferocious.
644 right now, I think. Wait, if we do the math.
I don't think Xin-Q can even show his face for the second he shows.
He's just over.
T, you sound surprised. You're my analyst. You're supposed to be like, yes,
the highlight baited me.
Didn't you watch Kyle's?
I got baited by the highlight, Moxie. I was like, this is sick. And then we leave, and they're just at the tier 3s instantly getting, whispered out the game.
Looking for this opening. Gonna try. They've already put the Lotus out the BKB. They're gonna try to jump over here onto Sko. The jump forward, though, again, coming out over onto Xiao. They want to just wipe him off the planet, and they will be able to. It's going to be a couple zips forward here coming out from me. This is still looking like it's going to be the end of the game. Chronosphere over onto the side. Chris Luck is still over here hitting the building. Whisper gets a little distracted.